The global order is shifting, and the world's leaders are speaking openly about it, not in vague diplomatic language, but with blunt assessments of the challenges ahead. At the 2026 Munich Security Conference, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz delivered one of the most candid assessments of alliance politics in decades. The United States is not powerful enough to go it alone. Merz wasn't dismissing the United States. He was questioning unilateral action in an era of deep strategic competition. He warned that the post-World War II rules-based order no longer exists and must be renewed through cooperation. French President Emmanuel Macron echoed the point. Europe has just returned from a vacation from history and must face big power politics head-on. Macron described the current era as defined by rising great powers and persistent conflicts, saying the old world order is no longer in place. In Washington, official strategy documents confirm what observers already suspected. American policy is evolving. In the 2025 US National Security Strategy, the administration declared, "The days of the United States propping up the entire world order like Atlas are over." And in public remarks shared at the 2026 World Economic Forum, according to summaries, President Donald Trump questioned NATO's mutual defense guarantee. If we called up and said we being attacked, I don't think NATO allies would come. Meanwhile, rival powers are asserting their own visions. At a summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in 2025, Russian President Vladimir Putin openly blamed the West and NATO for the war in Ukraine. This war was a result of a coup, supported and provoked by the West. And from Beijing, China IDS Foreign Ministry has insisted that alliances like NATO should abandon what it calls Cold War mentality and stop stoking confrontation. These statements reflect a broader critique that the existing order is a vestige of Western dominance and must be reframed to suit new centers of power. Not all countries are choosing sides or rallying behind superpowers. Some are carving independent roles. At the 2026 World Economic Forum, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney delivered a stark observation about the current world order. There has been a rupture in the world order, an end of a nice story, and the beginning of a brutal reality, where geopolitics among the great powers is not subject to constraints. Carney argued that middle powers must act together, not by invoking a decaying rules-based order, but by building new coalitions based on shared interests and values. And, taken together, these leader statements reveal a common theme. The old US-led liberal order is no longer assumed, it must be defended or reimagined. Major powers like China and Russia are explicitly advocating alternative visions of global order. Middle powers are urging realism over rhetoric and pushing for practical coalitions. This is not the best world, nor the worst, but it is a world in flux. Big power competition is no longer hidden in diplomatic back channels. It is out in the open, in speeches, strategy documents, and summit halls. And as leaders speak, the world listens. Who will define the rules of tomorrow? Who will lead and who will follow? Only time will tell.